Are you confused by SEO? All at sea have some SOS regarding it. In our show today, we give you a simple overview of on-page, off-page, technical, and local SEO so that you can better understand the importance of it for your business.
Hello, and you're very welcome to the Let's Get Social show. Hello, Emer. Happy Friday.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. Good topic today to discuss.
SEO, it is. It is indeed.
SOS on SEO.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I'm all at sea now. I was wondering maybe we had, should maybe think about throwing it into Chat GPT. Although lately you can't get into it because there's overkill.
Overcrowding, yeah.
Yeah, it keeps coming back with little poems on it, and unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any access at it. So, well, that was good. That's gone.
Well, exactly. Like, I think we were talking about this, and it's a good thing to mention that if you missed our show last week, we were talking all about Chat GPT, this AI tool that's taken the world by storm, and you catch it on our podcast on the Dublin South FM website, iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and of course on the Let's Get Social YouTube channel. So check it out.
Yes, indeed. So if you do like the idea of watching us rather than listening to us, because there's subtitles, it's on the YouTube channel. So do check us out. Yes, I'm trying to get comfortable with that. She says, looking away.
Please do subscribe and hit that bell wherever it is. Go ding ding.
Oh, what are we doing today? What are we doing today?
I don't know. So SEO, Emer, what does SEO stand for? Let's go.
Right. Okay. So I have put up the definition here. So bear with me. Just want to make sure I have the right one.
Fantastic.
It is Search Engine Optimization. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, so SEO. And it's the process of improving your site to increase its visibility so people can search for products and services related to your business. So in other words, you want to get found. Yeah. You need to be putting in the words, or they call them keywords into the search engines. And that could be not just Google, that could be Pinterest. It could be that thing called YouTube.
Yeah. Which is the second largest search engine on the planet, owned by Google.
Exactly. So. Yeah. And as you say, it raises your visibility and you will get found. So if you use the right words. So what would the right words be for us? I'm just a bit worried now. People might put in
social media comedic duo.
Do you think so?
I hope so.
I don't know about that.
But no, I think, like SEO, it is one of these mystical sort of terms that I
actually think it's quite scary because a lot of people kind of go,
Yeah. And there's if you're watching this or you're listening to this on Dublin South FM, myself and Emer, I think you'd agree with this, Emer, we don't consider ourselves SEO experts. But we have a good understanding as to what it is, some of the terminology and some of the important things that you need to be aware of. And if you do a Google search and you see all those listings that are not ads, but are essentially those organic ranking searches. Say, for example, you put in holidays to Greece, or you're looking for best projector or digital camera. Any of those results are based around your keywords that you put in a search for. And, the websites where those keywords are really ranking and really well placed together, along with obviously how your site is built.
Yeah. So for example, yourself, like when you go on and you put in, I don't know, great hairdos or something. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just having a dig.
Great hair dryers.
Great. And Philip Twyford wants to turn up for it with his branded, new product. It's not just the words that go in, Philip. It's also things like images and videos that are on your website. Yeah. So your web developer probably will say to you, look, what kind of phrases would you like to have embedded behind this image? And that all comes into play because, when you're on Google, it says all, and then there's like other options along the top. One is images and one is videos. Yeah. So there you go.
And that kind of leads nicely in, Emer, because within the SEO terminology,
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple of there's loads of different types of SEO, but the four kind of main ones that people kind of hear about would be on page,
Yes.
off page, technical, and
And
local.
local. Yeah.
And people get so confused around these, and particularly business owners who don't have time to be trying to manage this, but want to get a grasp. We thought, why not let's go through some of these,
Yeah. What do you want to kick off with first?
Well, I think let's go with on page.
I suppose you have to be on the right page. Are we on
Yeah.
the same page either?
I think we are.
Do you think?
Well, yeah, I think, you started to mention some of the on page kind of areas, like obviously keywords on your web pages, proper titling of your pages, the meta tags that you use on your pages, that when you guess a search, that little bit of kind of extra
snippet,
copy or snippet under the link as your keywords.
Yeah.
Things like even the power of a blog is sometimes forgotten on a website, because you're adding new content with those relevant keywords, and Google loves this as it kind of indexes your site.
Yeah, because people are always like, when they think about blogs, okay, it's great to, write a blog about how to bake a cake. Yeah. Okay. So
you got it in, Emer. Well done.
I know I did quite well. Yeah. You want to have the phrases that people, not just to how to bake a cake, you would want to have, what ingredients would you have to bake a cake, exactly. And and then the instructions to bake a cake.
Yeah, and the
you'd
tools
want those.
to bake a cake.
Yeah. I'm getting hungry now.
So am I. Like one of the things you mentioned there about your images, very important. And once again, people may hear of terms like alt tag. Now that sounds
very painful.
Very painful. But alt tag is essentially, it's broken for alternative text.
Yes.
So that when you're uploading images to your website, but you'll see this also in your social channels like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they give you now the ability to essentially tell either the search engine or for your webpage, Google,
what the image is about.
What the image is about. Yeah. Because Google, their bots cannot see that that's a dog with a bone. So you can describe it. And once again, that can help. And page speed is very important.
I know. You see, the thing about it is, we're all goldfish. If it doesn't load real quick, we're off, So your page has to quickly, and I'm not sure, is it under 3 seconds?
Yeah, well, I've been doing competitive analysis on some websites just out of interest. And I use the Google Page Speed Insights tool, totally free. Use this for your own website if you're listening to this or watching. It'll give you a breakdown, both desktop and mobile. And yes, it's sort of, they reckon you should be loading under kind of 3.5 seconds. That is nothing. And the amount of websites that are way off the mark, and they wonder why maybe traffic is down, because potentially maybe your web page is just taking 40 seconds to load on a mobile. People are gone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, we're all kind of like instant now. You're on your phone and you're looking and you're just
exactly.
And if it just like jitters coming up or doesn't, it just goes white or something. You just go, I forget this.
Yeah.
And you're gone. Yeah.
So I suppose the easiest way I look at on-page SEO is it's everything on your website that you can control, to a certain extent. Now, off-page is the other side of that, where you're starting to talk about maybe link building, where either you're trying to add your link to comments on other people's blogs, or
actually a few people have said to me, does that actually work? And I go, yeah, it does, because you're actually putting the link in your comments. Maybe you've, I don't know, like maybe you're reading an article about your hair, Philip, right? Ideas, tips for your hair. Yeah. And you're a hairdresser, and you're just going to go find it. And we find this very interesting and you put in your web link,
like they say from link building, probably the best links are the ones that you earn. So if you have, for example, like you're fantastic when it comes to the whole funeral industry and social media management for funeral business. So if the the funeral organizations are linking to your website. Google sees them as being very authoritative. So that's giving you very strong link building.
So in other words, what I find helps, I've talked to clients as well, is if you write an article or a blog for say an association, or say you're at an event and you wanted to write about it for the event company, you can then have, to find out more about what I do, go check out, my services at www. As they say, and then they're going to share that out on their website, and there's a very high chance that people will click.
Yeah,
through.
Indeed. Yeah. 100%.
So, sure. Isn't that what they say? What with the internet, it's the web. So with the web, the links, external links, are really important as much as internal links for your website. But the external links are those kind of links that I remember reading, for example, the local radio channel we have here, RTE, had an article, and they CNN link back to it.
Yeah.
So that's a really strong link, because that's such a popular
an authoritative site, CNN.
Website. Yeah,
exactly. So that's where doing things like your content marketing, your social media, potentially tagging authoritative influencer, genuine influencer authority sites in your niche. Potentially they may like what you're saying and link back to whatever you've put. And once again, you're earning a reputable link, which puts you up in Google's eyes as such. So I suppose off page is trying to cover off all the things that are outside of your site in a very simple kind of. Emer, do you want to take us through technical?
No, not really.
I'm glad I left this one to you.
Well, I have a few pointers in front of me, so I just wanted to make sure I was, kept the flow going.
Oh yeah.
So it's really, at the end of the day, it's a tactic. A tactic that sometimes people don't really think about. It's about creating and optimizing a website. Yes, we're still talking about websites, but on the search engine, so they're ready to crawl the index. So, for example, building a structured data such as schema markup, which sounds painful, to allow search engines to recognize your site. Yeah, it's a special process that they use. Your web developer would know more about this than we would. But again, it's a necessity,
it's
because
the structuring of your site.
I mean, it's like if they go through it and go, okay, when it comes to the navigation menu, does this follow through? What's on the navigation menu title? Is that the page that is the about page? Is that the services page? Is that the contact us page? That kind of thing. So it's super important that you have that down to a T. So you definitely need a decent web developer who would understand that. Creating an XML, I was really going to say extra large, XLM sitemap and submitting it. Again, that's what your web developer does. You see, they don't just make your website look pretty.
No, they have a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, if you're using WordPress, I think you use WordPress, Emer.
Yes.
Your web developer may use an SEO plugin like Yoast. And Yoast has the ability to create and submit a sitemap for you.
Exactly.
If you're doing it all. But generally, as you said, Emer, if you have a good web developer, they'll manage all that for you.
Because, you can go and do it yourself, but it can be really kind of stressful, especially if it's not accepted. Google are very, very fussy, and there's certain criteria that they want, and you want to make sure that all the boxes are ticked, as I say. 100%. Again, we were talking about the site speed. So using the Google Page Insights tool, it's, as I say, go check out your own website and see how fast it's loading. And is it, technically, is it quick or is it slow? So you just want to go and have a look. I would. There's no harm, and I would it tests it on desktop and mobile version, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives you both. And what it will do is it will spit out in speak, which, to be perfectly honest, your website developer will understand, but it'll tell you exactly where you can improve
the errors.
And certainly as well, having your search engine console
Mhm.
set up on your page where you can kind of go in and it'll let you know about issues. Once again,
and it sends you notifications.
Yeah, it'll send you notifications that there's an issue, or we couldn't crawl the site, or
I get mine, and I just send them on by email. Just
there you go. Look after that.
There you go. And she's like, "Oh, great," You know. You want to make dead or broken links, Philip.
Yeah.
404s.
Yeah.
So if anybody doesn't know what a 404 is, it's, when you go onto a page and it comes up with a big warning, this is the 404 or phrase something similar, and you ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So that can play a big, big problem if you haven't gone, and you can check for these. And the way to look at it is no page is perfect, but at the end of the day, you can have redirect links also that could be broken. So it's just
it's to check all that. Like I do sometimes see that can be quite common when people have gone from HTTP to HTTPS, and there's sort of a
okay, now slow down. People are kind of go, what's he talking about there?
You're going to come on to it, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I am. The SSL cert.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not an expensive piece of gear, as they say. It's you get it, the little padlock you would see at the top of when you search for a website, and a little padlock, and then you see the domain beside it, which is the website page. If there's a padlock, it means it's secure. So the S is for secure. If there is no SSL cert, then it's not secure. You'll see a little warning, not secure. So which would you prefer to go on to a website that's secure or not secure? Exactly. Especially if you're buying something, like if you look at Amazon.
Security. Is this a phishing site? Is this a genuine site? And you'd be surprised. Small thing like a simple HTTPS. If you don't have that S, you could be losing valuable traffic.
So we want to make sure there's an S there.
Absolutely.
It's okay. And then you mentioned about Yoast and your search engine console are great tools as well. So again, it's like, if you want to get a little more insight into what we're talking about, even just go and do a quick beginner's guide to SEO. And there's loads on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
SEMrush as well. SEMrush is a great tool for website metrics and keywords. They do a fantastic blog if you're looking to get started on SEO. SEMrush, SEMrush.com. It's a great site.
Yeah.
SEO.
Yeah. But we don't want to give them too much of a headache, Philip,
No, not Jesus. Panadol.
Is that got a HTTPS on it?
I don't know.
But it is like so important. And then one area that I'm really avid about is local SEO. Yeah. So, you want to get found locally. So you want to have the right keywords that suit you and your business, and the type of things that people would like to look for. So I know most people would say, oh, you say you are a pizza delivery company in your town, and you want to be found, pizza near me, say, for example. So you want to have keywords that are to do with, I won't go into all the depths of it, like proximity to where you are, because Google will look at things like that and go, right, is that near Philip? Yeah. And will he get his pizza in under 30 minutes?
Please let me have the pizza. I'm like,
am I buying or are you buying?
Why did you buy for change? I'm always buying.
Buy my wallet. Sorry.
Yes. Like this whole local SEO area. Would it be fair that it sort of encapsulates under your Google business profile and all that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Actually, I'm going to bring a couple other things into that. It's not just your Google business profile. Bing Places is now, people do use Bing for search. So make sure you have claimed and verified your listing there as well. Right. And the other one I was actually talking about today with another client is Apple Maps, because on your mobile phone, you pick it up, right? Yeah. And you have Apple Maps already
installed.
in already,
Yeah.
in the list of apps that you have there on your
Yeah.
phone before you add other ones on.
Yeah.
And claiming your Apple Maps listing. So cover all those bases for your local SEO. Because if you don't claim it, somebody else might.
Be great to do a poll, wouldn't it, on how many people use Apple Maps instead of Google Maps?
That's actually a good one.
Because I always use Google Maps because I just don't trust Apple Maps after all the furore over the last few years.
Yeah.
I know they've improved it, but I never
Yeah.
think of Apple Maps. It's just Google Maps all the way.
But the Bing Places listing, you can what's the word? Sync it with your Google business,
Right.
so you save yourself time.
Yeah.
So they must have some sort of partnership or complementary listing direction for people. So with Bing and Google, but it's really important to have that. And again, having the right information and using the keywords in all those listings, that will help you get found, So because Philip, your pizza company wants to be found quicker than my pizza company.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Like, would you find from that local SEO point that a lot of businesses sometimes neglect, say, their Google business profile and that whole kind of setting up from products and services,
Well, my advice regarding that is you will never see services on a desktop when you search.
Yeah.
So the little trick, and don't tell anybody I said this.
Keep this between us.
Yeah, no one's going to hear us. Is to make your products, they say products, but make your services. So what you can do is you can create your services for mobile, which you'll see services in a mobile app. But when you go on to the desktop, make your products the same, because you can put a nice image in there. Yeah. You can put the same description, which has all those lovely keywords in regarding to that service. And then you have a link with, say, learn more or whatever you want to have a call to action back on desktop. So you can drive traffic back to your website through products,
Smart move. So essentially services and mobile, but on desktop
products,
turn your services into products.
Yeah. But the thing about it and services is you don't really, it's more like a brochure, you'd go down, there's nothing clickable on it. Yeah. But I've seen more times than not, people will just put out the title, if at all. Yeah. And they won't put a description in. Yeah. So
it's a trick there, completely.
Like on the services one, you can have like 300 characters, but then on products, if the desktop, you can have 1,000. So my suggestion is go create all your services and then copy and paste over your description to your products section and then expand on that, So
like another thing I think that a lot of businesses neglect as well from the whole local SEO and that link with their Google business profile. Something that we were talking about is, the way you were talking about blogs are great on websites.
Yeah.
But a lot of businesses I don't think are putting up posts or posting to their Google business profile where you can include that local keywords, latest news or doing a new menu, XYZ. Like that would have a good help on local SEO, I would imagine as well.
Why don't you think of it this way? I say to people is, what you put up on Facebook? Why not repurpose that caption over onto your updates? Because you could have people that don't want to be on social media. Like, we've met people along the way and go, absolutely not. We'll never be on Facebook. Only do LinkedIn, do Twitter, not even on Instagram. They're just business oriented and and then they'll Google for what they want. Yeah. So why not put whatever you put up on Facebook as an update? And this is the key. A Google update, which is like a post, will last a week, where a Facebook post will last a day. Yeah. In longevity. So once a week on your Google listing will help with and make your listing look more interesting, and people will go, I must go.
It's like the forgotten kind of element, I think, because it's not really a social media channel, but it is very important, for how you are presented on Google, which sometimes it's probably the most important thing,
especially if you're like a restaurant or something and you have a cocktail of the week.
Yeah.
Or
new pizza, as we're talking about pizzas, so.
Yeah, you're getting me, stop that. You're getting me hungry. So,
well,
anything else?
We're starting to kind of wind down towards the end, Emer. Like this is, I can't believe we're nearly through our chat, but I've certainly found this very interesting to just talk through SEO.
Yeah.
Not go too complex. Keep it.
No, I just think, do you know what? This is what I think is a great thing is if you have a little bit of information and when you're sitting down with your website developer, you have a feeling of, have a little more understanding about what we're doing.
Yeah.
What will help my website. So when I go away and I want to write a bit more information for my web developer, because your web developer doesn't really know your business. Yeah. They will take the information you give them and try to make it as SEO friendly as possible. Yeah. But, you need to sort of think, right, okay, how am I going to get people to come in through the door? What will make them want to come and visit me, whether it's a bricks and mortar, or how will I get somebody to want to make that call, and just have a chat, say, or, buy something from you, unless they have a better understanding of what you do, who you are, and how you can help them.
It's very important. And like Paul, we would always say to business owners, and if you're a business owner, you're listening to us on Dublin South FM or watching us here on YouTube, make sure you have a good conversation with your webmaster. Talk to them, ask questions. What does this mean? What does this do? Get them to show you, because you'll be surprised that even going through that process, you get new ideas, etc. If you have any topics, whether it's more SEO related or something else, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to email us maybe potential ideas you'd like for future shows, you can email us at inquiries@dublinsouthfm.ie.
Yeah.
So email away. And if you enjoyed today's show, you can obviously catch all the other shows on the podcast on Dublin South FM, on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, and of course you can catch us live on the video on the Let's Get Social YouTube channel. So do subscribe.
Says the nervous video gal. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's great that we can sort of, look at all different aspects, because, everything counts at the end of the day, whether it's your website, it's your Google business listing, it's your social media, whether it's a YouTube channel, you go
all
on
linked together.
So we hope to continue to sort of touch on all these areas and give you a little bit more, what's information. So when you go to discuss further with your web developer or, delve further with your social media, you can actually feel it. I can do this. I know what I'm talking about.
100%.
So
Emer, until next time.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed today's Let's Get Social show, and we will see you again next Friday at the same time and same place. So
thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye.